for some questions from our chat room. Pat, this is Sarah who says,
go.
Pat, I know you started CBN from nothing, so you know something about starting a business. I feel God has given me an idea, and I really want to start my own business. I think I'm able to get a business loan, but what do I do first? How do I put together a business plan, and where do I go from there?
Oh, my.
Yeah.
I can't tell you that in a couple of minutes. But the big thing is you have to have something that people want. And what do they say? Find a need and fill it. Mm-hmm. And you want to be able to satisfy a need at a profit. You have to sell something for more money than it costs you to make whatever it is you're doing, whether it's a service or whatever. I would recommend you start small. I mean, wherever you are, I mean, whatever it is you want to do, instead of going out for a business loan. Yes, you can do a business plan, and you put down the resources you need, how you're going to deploy them, you know, how many people are going to be working, you figure out how much profit's going to be.
Sort of like the architectural rendering for
exactly.
your business.
That's what a business plan is. It could be very simple. Okay, but I mean, there are books on this, lots and lots of books.
Yeah. And online, I'm sure you can get all kinds of
how to start a
about
business, but I just say start small.
Would you say that's the biggest mistake most people make, is they go too big too soon?
Absolutely, absolutely. And they don't know what they're doing. All right, next.
Sarah, there you go. Cherie says, Pat, yesterday you said pornography is not adultery and it's not grounds for divorce. Yet in the book Bring It On that you wrote, it is. Now I'm confused. Which one is it?
It's a question of how much time I have to think when I write a book and how little I have to think when I answer these questions.
Well, also, I think you were saying also that technically, I mean,
we're talking about divorce, and if you catch your spouse watching pornography, is that reason to divorce him? And the answer is no. Is it a type of adultery? Yes, in a sense, with your mind. But you're lusting after a woman with your eyes, so Jesus said that's an adultery, so technically. But I think the question that I had on this program was, is this grounds to go get a divorce? And I just don't think it is. I don't think because your husband or wife is watching porn that you ought to divorce them.
Right. I think you have to also take that even a little bit further with regard to the divorce question and say, does he eventually work to getting out of it? And
sure.
I mean, I don't think you stay in a scenario where that becomes the core.
Well, if somebody's just totally given over to it, I mean, it's the type of addiction that all right, but you caught me. Thank you.
This is Elaine who says, I filed for divorce because my husband left me and refused to reconcile. I never cheated or did anything terrible. Do I have to stay unmarried to be a Christian?
I don't think so. Your husband deserted you. There's something called a Pauline privilege, which says if the unbelieving spouse is pleased to depart, let them depart. The brother or sister is not bound in that case. And so that's desertion. Your husband has deserted you, left you, and through no fault of your own, and you're not bound in that case, according to the Apostle Paul. Okay, have we got time?
This is Lois who writes, my daughter has a good career. Her husband doesn't. He won't work hard or help pay the bills. How can she be a submissive wife when he doesn't care about the home? Wow.
You know, it really breaks me up to see very capable women who are married to men who are, instead of Class A, they're Class D, and they don't want to perform. The problem is that really isn't a ground for divorce. And you married him. And so I would just counsel people to be more cautious before you take on a life partner. But at the same time, your daughter can go her own way with her own career without the fact that her husband is not participating. That's tough.
She probably has to if there's a family.